So first question, we're gonna get right into it. It says, what are some green flags to look out for early in a relationship? So green flags, those are the things that, are good. Those are the things that are signs of a healthy relationship. A few green flags that I would say I definitely would look out for. One, does she have or does your person have kind demeanor? A lot of times we get in relationships with people and we think, oh yeah, they look good, as long as they look good, we can work everything else out. No. See, looks are a plus, but they are not, they should not be the foundation of why you get with somebody. Yes, looks are what attracts you initially to somebody, but once you start talking to them and once you start getting to know who they are as a person, a lot of times those looks should get put on the back burner. So a green flag that I would say look out for, once again, are they a kind person? Because that inner beauty is what matters most. Another green flag I would say look out for is, what is their relationship with their family, specifically their parents. A lot of people who don't have good relationships with their parents, a lot of times they come with, there's a reason for that, right? They may come with baggage that is undealt with, and not dealing with that baggage could negatively affect your relationship. So if they have those problems, if it's something that can be worked out, please do your best to work it out, because if not, then once again, down the line, you may run into problems. Another green flag, I would say, can they cook? Or can they cook/clean? Because a lot of times, once again, we get into relationships with these people just because they look good, but they can't cook worth the damn or clean worth the damn. So if you find somebody that can feed you good food, right? Not no microwave, nothing, not making a little oatmeal, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can really throw down. Like, my wife, she is a chef. I don't have to ever worry about not being able to eat good. As long as, I buy the ingredients, as long as we got the food in the house, she gonna make something up. You know what I mean? It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be 10 out of 10, 100 grand pots and pans, right? So definitely, if you got somebody that can cook, that's a big green flag. Keep them. Also, once again, if they can clean, a lot of people, listen, ladies and gentlemen, there are a lot of nasty people in the world. So if you find somebody that is clean and has good hygiene, please keep them, because it's not a lot of them out there. So once again, I always say, before I got with my wife, I wasn't dirty, but I wasn't cleaning things like I should have been, like as far as like things around the house. Now my wife, she makes sure everything gets wiped down. She makes sure that we keep hand sanitizer, we keep soap, and now let me say this: not that I'm not saying I was a dirty person. Like, I know how to wash my hands, my nigga. I know how to, sanitize my phone. But once again, she's making sure that I do those things on the regular, as far as like cleaning my phone. Like, for instance, like my job, I work outside and I get dirty sometimes at my job. Now I make sure every day, when I get home, I put everything in my pockets on the table. I get a towel with alcohol and I just sanitize, clean everything that I brought with me to work. My wife is what, taught me to do that. A lot of times I would just come home from work, put my phone on the table, and not, sanitize it, even though I've been at work all day, and go on about my business. That's not. So if you find somebody that's very clean and can teach you how to be cleaner than what you already are, big green flag. Another green flag, do you all share the same religious and political views? Right? A lot of times we get into relationships with people and once again, they look good, so we don't think anything of it, but we learn that, they, as far as the political views go, they don't necessarily believe the same things that you do, which is fine. It's okay to have differences, but if your differences are drastically different, then that may be a problem. Like, for one, just spitballing, for instance, if they're like a Nazi, right? You know what I mean? That's obviously very strong political views. You know, it's a very different political view that may not line up with what you're trying to do, right? So you definitely want to make sure that you're on somewhat of a similar page politically. And as far as religious goes, I mean, I feel like this is one of those questions that should be it's one of those topics that should be talked about on the first date, right? You want to know if they believe in, whatever you believe in, because I mean, I've dated people before that weren't necessarily, I'm a Christian. I've dated people before that weren't necessarily Christians. And obviously, I mean, as you can see, none of it worked out. So that's a big thing to consider. Not saying they have to believe in what you believe in, but they at least have to be open and willing to accept what you believe in. And the same thing with you. If you can't accept what they believe in, like, for instance, if you're a Christian and they're a devil worshiper, then you may not click, obviously. So yeah, that's a big green flag, having somebody that shares like-minded political and religious views. I mean, those are some of the things I was talking about here. I can go on and on, forever about what to look out for and things like that. So that's just a starting point of green flags you definitely want to be aware of.